I ought to call this show Women Getting Off the Hook. Getting off the hook. This next story is crazy. After admitting to having sex with 3 boys, a substitute teacher was spared jail. And get this, her punishment is that she's barred from teaching for 2 whole years. What? Listen to this. After pleading guilty to having sex with 3 underage teenagers, by the way, for you rabid, wacko feminists out there that say men rape more than women, it's not really true. For one thing, the majority of men that are raped will never, ever report it, and that goes for boys as well. There's just too much shame attached. So, really, the truth of the matter is I would be willing to bet that women rape as much or more than men do. Because this is rape. This is rape. But notice they don't call it rape. After admitting sex with 3 boys. Why don't you say after admitting to raping 3 young boys? Because this was a man. I guarantee you the headline wouldn't be after admitting to having sex with 3 young girls. No, it would say after admitting to raping 3 young girls. It's rape. It's rape. And I want to ask you, what do you think is worse, by the way? What do you think is worse? A man assaulting a woman and forcing her to have sex, or a woman having sex with a small boy who was too young and too weak and too innocent to defend himself? At least the guy, he's assaulting somebody who can fight back to a certain extent. These women, they prey on the weakest among us. How cowardly. Of course, they're both equally bad, of course. But if you listen to the Wayman, the men are much worse. So after pleading guilty to having sex with 3 underage teenagers and sending lewd messages, it's rape. Stop saying having sex. It's not sex, it's rape. Little children cannot consent. It's rape. They don't even use the legal definition. It pisses me off. A substitute teacher in Louisiana was spared jail, white trash, and could even be headed back to the classroom. Well, I mean, I can't imagine any school would hire this broad, even if she is valid and able to go back to work. But I don't see how she was. I don't see how she was allowed to go back to work at all. As part of a plea deal, 34-year-old Heidi Damangui, the middle name is unpronounceable. Heidi Verrett pleaded guilty to 3 misdemeanor counts. Unpronounceable by me anyway. Misdemeanor counts of carnal knowledge of a juvenile. I've never heard this term used for a man who had sex with a juvenile. It's always rape. Isn't it funny how the authorities come up with these creative, clever, let's try to get her out of trouble, avoid justice ways of defining the things women do, which are the exact same things that men do, but they have these weird definitions, right? These weird titles. Carnal knowledge of a juvenile. Oh, you mean rape? We're not going to call it that because we don't want to send her to jail because, pussy pass. And one count of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I'm sorry, but wouldn't you be contributing in all 3 cases to the delinquency? I don't know. I guess not technically, but hey, I would have thrown everything at this broad. When she was arrested in 2016, the Terrebonne Parish instructor faced 3 felony charges, according to the report. A district judge then suspended Verrett's 6-month jail term. Why? And sentenced the substitute teacher and teacher's aide to 2 years of unsupervised probation. For those of you who don't know what probation is, you know what probation is, but there's 2 different types. There's supervised and there's unsupervised. So if you get supervised probation, you have to go see a probation officer every month, or you have to go see one like every other month and then call every other month. So every month you're in contact with them, letting them know where you live, where you're working, what your status is, and you can't leave the state. Now, unsupervised probation means you can go anywhere. Go to France, go to Germany, whatever. It's essentially no probation. You're on probation, but you're not on probation. Essentially all it says is as long as you keep your nose clean for 2 years, you're fine, and you can go anywhere, just as long as you don't break any laws. Slap on the wrist. And ordered her to pay a whopping $900 in fines. Yeah, I'm sure that's going to cover all the therapy bills these kids need, right? Yeah, at least one of these kids is going to kill himself at some point in time, right? Because of this, what this broad did. I mean, that's just statistics. There's 3 of them. One of them's going to attempt suicide, probably be successful, because we men are better at carrying out violence even on ourselves than women. How fortuitous for us! What wonderful privilege! We're so much better at killing ourselves. I've heard reports that women actually try to kill themselves more, but they're, which I don't believe, by the way, but this is what I've heard. It's bullshit. But if it's true, they try to kill themselves more, supposedly, but they fail a lot more because they're not that good at violence. But we men, we're so good at it. We can even kill ourselves more. Wow. And we can kill each other more also. A man is 4 times more likely to be the victim of violent assault than a woman. Right? But somehow they're the big victims. Yeah, come on. So the deal also prohibits Verrett from teaching for 2 years. Is there a lot of child rape in Louisiana? Is this why they're just, not taking this very seriously? Yes, she raped a few 12-year-olds. It happens all the time. It's normal. Just, give her a slap on the wrist and, we got to give her some kind of token sentence. So, all right, you're suspended from teaching for 2 years. I mean, what's going on here? However, prosecutors tell me, no wonder boys and men are doing so bad these days. When they're victimized, nobody cares. And the victimizer just gets a slap on the wrist. However, prosecutors told WDSU it's unlikely she'll be instructing students for the rest of her life because a background check would reveal the conviction. In which case, she could just go down on the principal and she's got the job. Although, she's probably an uggo. But a lot of these teachers are not ugly. Remember that one hottie that was shown holding a giant fish or something and she was just smoking hot? Some of these teachers that rape young boys are pretty good-looking broads. So I think a lot of it for them must have to do with control. They love to talk about men. That being the case, that's just a form of projection, Women that rape young boys, it's all about control. Not about sex, it's about control, right? It's pretty easy to control a child, right? I mean, again, at least when men rape women, they're raping grown women. The majority of rapes among men are women, not children. Interestingly, the majority of women who rape males rape young boys because they want to control them, you see. These uber feminists. I need a man I can control. There's not enough men out there that you can control that would want to have anything to do with a ball buster like you. That's okay. I'll rape young boys. I can control them. And if I get caught, I'll get a slap on the wrist because nobody cares about boys. Yeah, okay. Less than good outcomes for boys. I wonder why that's occurring. We're reading stories like this. It should be no mystery. All right. What do you think of this broad? Do you think there's an epidemic of women raping young boys? Do you think it's limited to teachers? Or do you think it's pretty much everywhere that women come into contact with children? Let me know by calling in at 1-623-242-2517. That's 1-623-242-2517. And I've talked about this before. There is no differential in regards to rape between men and women. It's just the means, right? Men are stronger, so they're going to be more likely to opt for using their strength to overcome their victim. Women are weaker, so they're more likely to go after victims who can't fight back. But ultimately, in the end, you're going to see pretty much equal numbers in regards to women and men victimizing the opposite sex for sexual purposes. Yeah, but supposedly men are the only ones that do this. Yeah, that's lies. That's lies spread by feminists, okay? Man-hating feminists living in their little solipsistic bubbles.